So after reading yet another uneducated opinion about Warframe, I low-key wanted to curl into a ball and cry. Get it? Loki? Oh god, that's the best joke of the video, so strap yourselves in. Anyway, after reading another one of these interesting posts, I thought that I needed to drop my obviously very professional opinion on this topic. So, it's a topic that gets brought up a lot by haters, but is never really looked at too hard. Honestly, this game does have a very pay-to-skip playstyle to it that is often not talked about within the Warframe community. Want that really cool frame? You could farm for a couple of hours to get it, or pay 150 plat. Want to upgrade it to put more mods on it? 20 plat for the potato. Okay, surely it's not that bad. But it really is. Almost every item in this game can be bought for plat in the store, and if I can't get it, you can just message good old Jerry in the trade chat wanting to buy X and boom, you have it. From an outside, uneducated perspective, it looks completely pay to win. Well, I mean, sort of. Can you really win? I mean, all you do is get stronger and that helps everyone else, but god damn it, how dare they have better things than me. However, you can play this game entirely free and get exactly the same things as everyone else gets. I mean, for fuck's sakes, I know players with more loot than me that have never paid a cent. Meanwhile, I'm over here eating ramen for breakfast, lunch and dinner because god damn it, plat is number one. Who needs to look after their family or kids or have a balanced diet? I need plat, alright? Nah, but on a serious note, I decided to show how truly easy it is to play through this game and earn plat for free. And I promise, this ain't no scam, man. 2 words, and it stares you in the face almost all the time when you're playing Warframe. Prime parts. Simple to farm and can still be worth a pretty penny. To prove how easy this is, I decided to start selling parts on stream to show how easy it was, link down below. And it actually surprised me how quickly we grew stonks. First trial week, with little to no practice, we made 200 plat. Following week, we made 120 plat. And the week of recording, or more accurately, just today, we made 250 plat. That's more than enough for your extra wisp noggles. Yeah, I see you in the corner. I love it. I mean, it's a bit weird, but I love it. For real though, look at this. I have only had 3 days of trading, 1 day a week. I'm not going to say a number because between recording my voice and recording the video, it's highly likely I've traded more because I'm a bit addicted to this right now. But I mean, Warframe players don't get addicted to this. Monk ass. That plat is more than enough to get your daily vegetables, aka potatoes, and those sweet jigsaw pieces we call former. I mean, if you wanted, you could get some cool color palettes or buy some prime parts that you can't be bothered farming yourself as well. Or, you know, noggles. I spent way too much plat on this, no joke. So, it's pretty easy. 3 easy steps. Number 1, get relics. Number 2, open the relics. Number 3, sell the parts. Thanks for watching my video. There are quite a few ways to get relics and people farm differently, but I'm just going to dump these locations here and tell you what I do, and you can decide what works best for you. So for Lith relics, people tend to go to Spear on Mars or Hepit in the Void. For Meso relics, people go to Io Jupiter and Ukko in the Void. For Neo relics, people go to Ostris Eris and Ukko Void. For Axia relics, people go to Xeni Eris and Hurricane Pluto. Now personally, I don't really farm Lith relics because you tend to get a lot of them from just general gameplay, so I tend to actually actively ignore Lith farming unless there's something specific that I want to, and if I do, then I go to Hepit on the Void. The Void capture missions have 100% chance to drop a relic, so if you are ever wanting a relic, I always suggest these Void nodes that I'm putting in right now. For Meso and Neo, which are the main ones I farm because those are the main ones I end up using, I go to the Ukko Void node, and again, same thing, it's a 100% chance to get a relic, and in the mission it's a 50% chance to get a Meso, and a 50% chance to get a Neo. So I tend to run it myself. If you run a Vault or a Gorse or something like that, these capture missions can really cut down on time. I've personally run missions with my friend Diminish, and we've run missions in 37 seconds, I think our best time was, but we were averaging around 55 seconds for a mission, so that's about 1 relic a minute, counting load times and all that kind of stuff, so you really can get a good collection of relics here. Now for Axia relics, people tend to do Xeni on Eris or Hurricane. I personally don't farm too many Axies purely because it takes so long to get them, but if I would, I'd do Hurricane Pluto. Also, don't forget that you can also get 3 relics for 20k standing from syndicates. So if you're like me and you have 3 syndicates running, just do the daily missions, the standing cap, and collect those medallions in those missions, and you can get tons. I myself only discovered how powerful this was the other day. After Ivara dropped, we tried on stream to hand in all our standing and our medallions and all that kind of stuff, and we got 84 relics, handing in all the medallions that we collected idly without actively farming. And this shows that if you actively farm this stuff, you could get tons of relics and never really need to farm too much. Alright, so now that you have enough relics to probably buy a Tesla in real life, I think it's time to open them. It's a player's choice, but I tend to only run quick missions like Capture, Sabotage, and Exterminate that you can speed through like frickin' Sonic. Unless of course you just want some mindless slaughter with extra rewards peppered in which case you could use Survival. I tend to only do this when I'm half asleep, stuffing food in my face, like the mature adult I am. Captures are the best to run time-wise, followed by Exterminate and then Sabotage. Good frames to fly through these are Sonic, Lava Girl, and your Dark Fantasy. All 3 are solid picks for speeding through quickly and being able to kill enemies efficiently for the reacting along the way. I'll post my builds for all 3 of these frames in the description, and if wanted we can do a build video on them soon, as I feel these 3 frames are good all-round frames that most players should have strong builds for. Now we get to everyone's favorite part, freaking money, money, money. Couple things we need to do before we can actually get those gorgeous stonks. First thing we need to do is actually see what everything we got is worth. I mean, you could try selling that Paris Prime upper limb for 30 plat, but you won't get a buyer. And if you do, God help us all. So this is what I do. I go to this site, TennoZone/pricing, it's on the screen right now. I only found it the other week, but I don't know how I lived without it beforehand. All I do is use this now. It's always open. The site gives you the names of items, whether they are vaulted, how much plat they are, and how many ducats they're worth, as well as the plat to ducat ratio for people who need ducats. It's really easy. Now, go through your endless list of prime parts you've gained because you're actually the fastest Warframe player in the world, and check your prices. It's your call on what you choose to sell, but I suggest not bothering trying to sell anything less than 3 plat, as generally it means the supply is much higher than the demand, and therefore, sad stonks. Now you've decided what you want to sell, you could go to trade chat, but it's a goddamn mess. Fix this, DE, please. Bring a market in. Something. We just need something in-game. So instead, the amazing Warframe community, which is just, the best community ever, has created this thing called Warframe.market. I'm sure a lot of you know what it is, but for those that don't, it's on screen now. You will need to make an account on this site and connect it to your Warframe account, and this is what you'll be using to get all those trades to get that juicy, juicy money. Once you've decided what you are going to be selling and you know how much it's relatively worth, as well as made your Warframe.market account, we come over to Warframe Market and we type in what we're wanting to sell. So we're doing the Ivara Prime Blueprint as an example here. So we type it in there and we search and it will take us here. And this will give us a list of everyone who's currently selling the item that you would like to sell for some plat. It'll display in order of online status, normally displaying in-game first. And as we can see right here, there is no one currently selling an Ivara Prime Blueprint. Now to sell it yourself, the easiest way to do it here is to check what is the current easiest or best option for people who are buying. So you know what price you should be doing. Then we place an order and we click wanting to sell and we decide how much we're going to sell it for. So if we were selling one of these, you could sell it for 15 and I would suggest doing that. But if there is a lot of people selling it at that price, you can always undercut it by 1 and then you just put in how many you've got. Then you simply click post, which I'm not going to do because I'm not selling one. Once you do this, your name will appear at the top of this list. So I'm just going to quickly check if I've got one available right now. I do. So if we click on Atlas Prime Neuroptics right now, we'll wait for it to load. I can't even find my name. I'm all the way down here. I'm somewhere there. Anyway, so essentially once you've done that, you just leave it. You make sure you're set to online in-game up here whenever you're playing, and other people can message you, and if they want to buy your thing for that price, you'll just get a message. You invite them to a dojo and you trade. It's as easy as that. Once you've put it on this site, like as you can see the 2 trades I've got sitting down here, you can set and forget. Unless the price changes, which, you know, it has for this one, so I'm going to have to go and fix that up. You can leave it and you can go and play your game and people will message you for trades, and that is honestly the easiest way to make plat. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions or if you make plat in a different way, please feel free to leave a comment and I'll get to it as soon as I can. If you did enjoy, don't forget to hit like and subscribe for more completely out of schedule content. Robo out.